A excruciating movie reconstructing the events nearby the infamous assassination of couple-year-old James Bulger has been designated for an Oscar in spite protests of the little boy's household. In the Irish-made Detention, two kid actors depict the kids' killers up and following the murder. James was a monthly brief of his tertiary date of birth while he was stolen by two 10-year-old boys at the Tough Trading Centre in Bootle, Merseyside, in February 1993. His mom Denise was in a slaughterer's store while James was undertaken of the door by John Venables and Robert Thompson. They led him out and to a rail link, wherever they annihilated him. The reality such a youthful boy had been intentionally killed by some family stunned the nationality, and the planet. Venables and Thompson were condemned of assassination and include with been taking into account new identities. Largest of the 30-min movie recreates the police force interviews in Venables and Thompson by with transcripts of the unique interviewing tapes that were play in trial for the test. Its CEO Vincent Lamb has told several key scenes how took location external the police force interviewing chamber were dramatized, but how it was as shut as we could perhaps include done it to the unique events. In reality, rather a few scenes get location for the interviewing chamber. We see Thompson and Venables messing on in the trading center up stealing James, and we see a kid game James permanent external slaughterers. We as well see the older boys guideline the kid via the gateway following take him, and talk to several of the 38 human beings who saw them on their path to the rail link. This famous view is how such boys were wrong and nobody who gives any rotate view or cause as to how it could include happened gets criticized for it, and as a outcome it stifles discussion on the entire question, Lamb told. I believe which they did was wrong, but I believe down there's a lot more than to it. I don't believe you can just sack them as creature wrong, I believe it's essential to try to know how it happened. This movie was done in the concern of insight why it happened in procedure to hinder things such event once again in the next. In substantially sticking out to the police force interviewing transcripts, the CEO sheds slight lighting on which done two 10-year-old boys able of assassination. I would include favorite to do the movie more than instructive, but if we were to show sections of the killer's backdrop it would do it a various movie since later its setting and view on it, he told. Or I didn't wish to be expressive the movie of any one man's spot of type, and I believe the prospect of James Bulger's household is alike essential, so we solved to fair attention on the actual content how was down there and we stored it as actual as probable. Ely Solon, who acting Venables, and Leon Hughes, who acting Robert, were both of 11 while the movie was shooting. Solon in special gives a wonderful productivity and his nature is in burst into tears for lot of the interviews. Lamb has consumable 12-year work in Family's cast and as a Family's broker, and says making thousands of auditions has learned him how to straight family. Though so, James Bulger's killers were couple of the largest needing roles for kid actors to act, he told. But he told he consumable a lot of period work in the youthful actors up shooting begun and they were really so produced for it. He told, it was cunning but at the identical period we had quite period to job in them. It's not love they were deserted in the profound end or whatever. Down there was a length time for them to get utilized to and know the letter. And it was in fact a really hot, amiable set for the boys to job on. Down there were a lot of weekend moments in among the scenes, although the scenes themselves were rather intensive. We'd yet be possessing fun in them for the crushed. It was Hughes's at first movie, and the listening for Detention was Solon's at first always listening. With Survey Detention, he has lost on to movie The Man Who Developed Yuletide in Christopher Plummer and Four Persons Guys and it in Michael Caine. One of the major criticisms has been how Lamb didn't consult James Bulger's mom Denise Fergus or dad Ralph Bulger. It's thing we did believe length and difficult on, Lamb told, and has told he didn't indicate any contempt by not advising her. Mrs. Fergus thinks she aware why he didn't. I'd include requested him to let me aware which the movie was departure to be on at first, how he was departure to pan it of, she said it's the night on Thursday, not, I wouldn't include coordinated in the way Sames made it. Detention is designated for the top Dwell Activity Brief Movie Award at the Academia Awards, that get location in Hollywood on February 24. Mrs. Fergus has named for the Oscars to shoot it or for Lamb to remove it, and an on the internet application in supporting has gone 100,000 signing. If he gets the Oscar, later its departure to offer nobody the order to go and choose on a household who's been via thing love the and do everything they wish in it, she told. But he has rejected to remove it. It's love proverb, should we burn up each backup of it? I believe it would destruction the goal of manufacturing the movie, he told. Relying on movie-making handicraft one, it could be in a shooting, and the Oscar nominations are frequently imbued in films relying on drama or tragical actual life stories. But the debate has been informed in the Hollywood clique and could influence Detention's chances in the Oscars vote, that opening on February 12.